Hello everyone, I'm back for another episode, except this one I'm gonna do post-commentary again as well. Oof, maybe I should have practiced speaking first. Anyway, I didn't have that much time to edit, so I figured I'd just do one post-commentary again. And today I'm playing Bowser on the Flame Flyer, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first race is on Mario Circuit, one of my favorite courses to snake on, which you'll hear me say a lot during this video. Except I get kind of a weird bounce off of Mario, so I go flying right into the wall. Oh well. I don't get an item, which is unfortunate, but the next item set is really close, and I do manage to pull a golden mushroom, which is great. This turn and the final turn, that entire U-shape, is a really good spot to use mushrooms. They can help you catch up really fast. It's great. Unfortunately, as soon as the mushrooms end, I do get hit with a red shell. I didn't have anything to block that. Oh well. So, going into the second lap, I do get another weird hit off of the computer, and that kind of ends my snaking sequence. Well, that's a fun phrase to say, snaking sequence. Snaking sequence. I get triple reds, so I'm pretty well protected here. I do see a star, not sure where it is, but then the shock happens, which is great for me. Not at all. My car has really low acceleration, so I suffer kind of heavily from the shock, but I get another triple red shell, which is really weird. I've never gotten this many red shells in one race, which it's only 2, but whatever. Bullets and stars behind me. I'm kind of panicking a little bit. Not sure if I should continue snaking. 5th place box is a Mega Mushroom. That's wonderful. So I do manage to get up to 3rd and even 2nd with the mushroom, and Mario conveniently hits the chain chomp, so I am back in 1st place, which is great. Red shell and a green shell. I do try to get a Goomba snipe in before the end of the race, but I miss. So, oh well. And then, just to top it off, 4th. Another shock happens. It was not the 4th shock that race. I don't know why I was saying 4th. So that was the second race in my 32 races, and I got 1st again. Second race that I'm showing is on Mario Raceway, and as you probably know, this is my favorite track to snake on because it just feels so nice. So I'm going to let you watch me snaking for a bit, and I'm just going to go ahead and talk about some other stuff. As you probably are fully aware, this is the 9th episode of the Me Outfit B run. The 10th episode will be coming out on Wednesday. What day is that? The 10th of June. And after that episode, I'm going to take a little half-a-week break. I'm going to Ames to see some of my friends. Maybe. Hopefully. And then the following Monday, I have a surgery scheduled for my knee. So I'm not sure if I'll have time to record, but there will at least be a break for half a week, maybe longer. Anyway, back to the race. I'm getting blue shelled and not 1st place, which is always unfortunate. But I'm still in 3rd, and just by my lines, I can pretty much get back into 1st. I'm not really that worried about it. And especially since Mario is small, I pass him easily. And then there's another blue shell. Of course. Why not? So back and forth, where I deserve to be. 4th place, just snaking it up. It's really not too bad. What can I talk about? I do not get an item here, and Yoshi has a green shell, which kind of scares me. He does throw it at kind of a weird time. I guess that's computers for you. They don't make any sense to people. I was really expecting him to throw it when I was right in front of him, but I guess he didn't think about that. Anyway, snaking it up in 1st place. I've got triple bananas now. Unless there's another blue shell, which I wouldn't put it past this game, I'm gonna get 1st. Here I get kind of a weird snaking thing. You're not normally supposed to go up onto the walls, but oh well. And here I decide to be fancy and cross the finish line in the off-road, but I misgauge how large the gap is. And so I hit the wall first, but I do still manage to get first, so could have been worse, I suppose. Here's Toad's Factory. This is where things really start to go downhill for me. Up until this point, I've gotten first place in every race, and this is the 8th race, I believe, that I played. But this race, you'll see it doesn't quite go as well as planned. But I do once again start out with triple bananas. Those are bananas, not mushrooms. Triple bananas, which is always a great item to have in first. And here's a little factoid for you. You can't get triple bananas and hold the item that is also triple bananas. So you can't have 6 bananas at one time. The max you can have is 4. Which is something kind of interesting about the game that not that many people think about. Anyway, back to the race. You'll hear me saying quite a lot. Back to the race. I do get an unfortunate cycle here. That means I can't just ride the conveyor belt all the way through. Oh well. I'm still in first place. That's not that big of a deal. Red shell comes for me. It hits the wall. Typical red shells in this game. I wish all red shells were like that. Oh, that'd be so great. Anyway, coming up to this turn I've said before is one of my least favorites in the game, probably. Just because it's really hard to make with any characters that aren't inside drift. And here, I completely do not see this fake item box, so I run right into it. And here, I think I'm going fast enough for a drift, and I fall into the lake. Wonderful, now I'm in 12th. I go from 1st to 12th in like 5 seconds. So I barely hit the edge of this boost panel, and I'm starting in the back, which is not what you want for this track. There's not that many places to catch up. I do get the shock, so I go for another item, and it happens to be the bullet, which you might think, wonderful. Bullets are great. Bullets are helpful, but this bullet decides to drop me right in front of a crate. Oh, super helpful bullet. And then I pull a blue shell, which does not help me go faster, just helps some other person go not as fast, which is not what I want in this scenario. I get another item, and this is my downfall. I get a thundercloud, which, great. Why is this in the game? I don't know. I can't hit Baby Mario because he's got triple green shells that would wreck me. I try to hit Peach, but she's just going too fast for me. And then Baby Mario decides to, you know, hit me on the boost panel like the ignorant little baby he is. But I do reclaim 8th. Kind of a sore victory. Is that a phrase? Do people say that? Am I just making up stuff? I don't know. Anyway, that was Toad's Factory. I got 8th. Oh well. Luigi Circuit. This one was the 17th track that I played, I think. Something like that. I get bumped immediately into the grass, which is great. I'm the heavyweight here. I'm supposed to be bumping other people around. Okay, anyway, I do get an item here, and it is a star, which is great. Stars can help me take the shortcut at the end, which is overpowered, but I get starred out of me. Oh well. I back up, get the star, right, and then I pull triple mushrooms, which is great, because in this track, it's really all about the ending shortcut, if you can do it well. Here I once again fail to make the turn correctly, so I have to use one of my mushrooms, but I've still got 2 mushrooms, and I've got 2 laps that I can take the off-road shortcut in, which is great. So I'm in 3rd place. I'm going to just hold on to the mushrooms, and here I go, except then the shock happens, which is great. I decided to go that way around the pipe. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have gone the other way, but now I'm in 7th place. I'm in 7th place going into lap 3. This is not looking good for me. I would like more mushrooms. Instead I pull a POW, and I use it, not thinking that it will affect literally everyone, but it gives me a 1st place item box, which is not what I wanted. I wanted another mushroom so that I could do the shortcut again. But instead of here, I see mushrooms, and I'm like, oh, I can take the shortcut. And then halfway through, I decide, oh, I can't take the shortcut. So I take the wrong line, and Donkey Kong passes me. And I managed to snipe him here, but he's already past the finish line, so I get 2nd place. Ouch. That wasn't the 17th track, that was the 15th track. That's what I was thinking of. Maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, oh boy, this one's a fun race. So I'm just going to let it play for a bit here, because it starts to get interesting around the third lap. So I'm just going to talk a little bit more about my plans for the 10th episode. That is the one coming out on Wednesday, June 10th. Since it is a special occasion, I'm saying since a lot. It will be a special occasion, I'm telling you right now, because two things are happening. First of all, I'm going to give myself a handicap for that episode. I'm not going to tell you what it is in this episode. You'll have to watch the 10th episode to find out. Here I accidentally threw a red shell backwards. I'm an idiot. Anyway, you'll have to watch that to figure out what my handicap is. I'm not going to tell you right now, but there will be a handicap, so it will be more interesting. Hopefully. I hope it'll be more interesting. If not, whatever. And secondly, the 10th episode will put us over 300 races. And 300 races is important, because that is the first step at which we unlock something. And I really should have checked this before I started recording, but I'm 95% sure it's the Super Blooper. So for the 11th episode, we'll be using the Super Blooper, which, if you know anything about this game, is not a very good card. So stick around for that. Anyway, here's where things start to get kind of interesting for me. I get POW'd, and for some reason, I think this is the last lap. So I decide to drift into the wall to celebrate, and realize that the race is still going on. Wonderful, I'm an idiot. So I go to 7th place now, and I'm small, which is, once again, not good for this car, because I have really low acceleration, and I pull a star. Stars are not very good for this track, at least not for the beginning. I don't like them. So I just kind of use it up, and I get a single mushroom. And you know what a single mushroom means on this track. That means that I have to go for the Mushroom Gorge gap jump. It's not like I have to, but I have to. So, luckily for me, the gap jump is much easier with this car than other cars that I've tried it with. So I do manage to pull it off, and I get a fourth lap. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say 4th place. I'm trying to say 4th lap. I get a 4th lap blue shell. Boy, I can't talk right now. For some reason, I thought it was a good idea to post-commentate, but I can't talk now either. Whatever. Ghost Valley. Ghost Valley is the second to last track that I'm going to show you guys today. This one's just kind of a quick track, so I decided to throw it in there. Just to make the video a little longer, you know? Here I get green shelled immediately, which means I can't do the shortcut, so I back up and then hit my green shell that I just dropped. And then I miss all of the items going the other way, so this is not looking like a good start for me. But I do manage to lock down an item here, and it happens to be triple mushrooms, which is great. Mushrooms are good for this track. There's a shortcut that you can take over the shortcut that saves more time. I'm not good at it, but it looks something like this. You'd want to cut off more of the gap than I did, but you would normally be in a inside drift bike because they're the fastest. Why would I use an outside drift cart? But anyway, I used my mushrooms. I'm in 1st place in the 3rd lap, and I pull a green shell. This is great. There's really no reason for me to throw my item, and there's also really no reason why I should lose this, because now it's too late for blue shell, and I've got red shell protection. So I celebrate by falling off the edge, and this time I knew it was the 3rd lap, so I felt comfortable doing that. Oh boy, I should have been paying more attention on Mushroom Gorge. Anyway, this is the last track I'm going to show you guys. I didn't even realize it until I was going through the footage, but I decided to keep all of the Mushroom Cup tracks for some reason. They're all in this video. I don't know why. Anyway, I missed the item right away, and then Toad decides to hit me with his green shell, which is wonderful. So I'm in 10th place, now 8th place, and once again I miss an item, so I have been completely itemless this lap. But here I go off the ramp, which the computers rarely take, and I grab an item, which is triple green shells. Triple green shells isn't bad, especially considering Mario's got triple bananas, so I can just kind of live without fear for a little bit. I throw both of them forward, which is usually not something that you want to do. throwing both of the green shells forwards means that they're more likely to hit each other, and then they're basically useless. So you'd usually want to throw one, or if you're really feeling confident, you can throw two intended for two targets, but I was just kind of throwing them to get rid of them, which is not really a smart idea. Here I've got 4 bananas, which is nice, except 4 bananas do not protect you from a blue shell, so I lose all of my bananas, but I'm still in first place. First place is not bad, and Koopa Troopa behind me has a thundercloud, and he's not going to reach me in time, so I decide I'll just keep driving straight forwards. No big deal. And here I see a gap in the cows, which I think, oh, I can make it through, and then I think, oh, I can't make it through, and then I realize that I did already make it through. So that's why I kind of stopped for a second. I'm like, I can't believe that just actually happened. I don't know if this is going to be entertaining in the slightest, but who cares? Oh, and then I managed to hold on to first for the rest of the race, so. Yep. And, yeah, so. There's that. If you are keeping adamant track of the score, then I decided to put the outro in here as well, just to see, you know, how good the overall GP was. I took out a lot of GP. 32 races. I took out most of the tracks where I just front run, and that was probably about 20 of the 32 tracks. I ended with 454 points, which is only 26 points off of perfect, so it's really not that bad. And yeah, so if you enjoyed, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, tell me in the comments and check out other videos. See you guys later. Dear Lord, I thank you for today. Pray that you help us to discover our identity in you, Lord. Help us to not put our identity in what we do or who we hang out with or our favorites, interests, but help us to put our identity in being a son or daughter of you, God. Help us to put that first and help us to live like it. In your name I pray. Amen.